I'm first actually going to show you the Creative Cloud desktop application, which I have installed on my computer, and is this, right? When you first download it and log in using the credential that Yale has provided for you, you should be able to download all of these, applications, install them on your computer, and then learn about them. So on this Discover panel over here on the left-hand side, you can see I can click on any one of these applications and see short videos on how to do nifty stuff in any of these. And these videos are very short, anywhere from a minute and a half to 5 minutes on how to do something. In this particular case, Photoshop. In this particular case, I'm clicking on Premiere Pro. So that's the video application, or Illustrator. So this is it's sort of like the Adobe Home for all things. And if I click just on the home thing, I see all the applications or shortcuts the applications I have installed, and then actually references to some of the recent files I've worked on, all within this application. So this is something, if you haven't gotten familiar with, would be great to just explore, because there's a ton of different things here in terms of how to accomplish stuff. And in fact, much of the stuff I show you today is documented in some shape, way, or form right in here. So notice here I've clicked on this bottom link here. It says Quick Actions, and you can see I can segment them from popular, which is all of them really, to photo-oriented, video-oriented, PDF-oriented, converting files from one format to another, and then all sorts of stuff. But we're going to do this in a web browser. All this stuff works in Safari. All this stuff works in Microsoft Edge. I have found personally it works better in Adobe Express. In Google Chrome. So you get there by just going to express.adobe.com in a web browser, any web browser, anywhere, right? So you can sit down at a lab computer and do this and log on and do the stuff that we're going to do, or you can sit on your laptop and do this. A mobile app for the phone is just on the horizon of coming. It's not quite available yet, but it will be available, I suspect, before the holidays. But stay tuned for that. So everything you can do in a web browser here, you'll be able to do on a mobile device very, 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 very shortly. So just because you can't do it today doesn't mean that you won't be able to do it tomorrow. Also, before I get into this, note that we are constantly adding new stuff, new features to Express. Since this is a web tool, as opposed to a big executed program like Photoshop, it's a lot easier for us to update and add features, which we're doing all the time. So just a couple of, a quick tour here in terms of where I'm at. I've already logged in. I'm not going to sign out, but this is on the upper right-hand corner. If you go to this website and you're not logged in, just go and sign in to your Yale ID. Now, you may have a little bit of a different visual here. You can see where mine says Premium Member. That's because I have access to a ton of Adobe stock, meaning imagery, meaning templates, meaning some video, icons, artwork, and stuff like that, that is accessible through Adobe stock. I know Yale is in the middle of converting your accounts from the old version, which is not a premium version, meaning you don't have the stock, to the new version. The IT group is doing that like this week and next week. So some of the stuff I'm going to show you, you might not be able to completely access because the asset's not available to you, but it'll be coming very shortly. And if in fact, if you need it more quickly, you can go to your IT org and say, hey, any chance of putting me higher on the list to get this stuff, because you need it for whatever reason. So once you've logged in, there's a variety of ways of interacting with this. But before I go down the left-hand side and on here, I'm just going to scroll down to show you, where some of the promotional stuff is, where we're always showing new nifty stuff. So the Adobe AI tool is built into this. You may have heard about this. It's called Firefly. You're able to create imagery utilizing it. You're able to do generative fill, and I'll show you that in a second. You're able to actually ask it to create a template, say, a layout of a poster or a document or a flyer or whatever, based on a description you enter in here, like I want to create a menu for my seafood restaurant, or I want to create a report on chemistry and calculus working together and making it up. So if you plug that in that field, it will create a template with a potential image or images and text, and I'll show you that in a second too. And then you can also create interesting text effects or almost a custom font. So if I plug in, I want to create letters that are based on ice. So the text effect, I'm going to start right here and show you. So describe the text effect. I'll say ice and snow, and I do generate. It's asking me, yep, sign in. So it's going to take a second before it creates. You see the little wheel spinning there, and it will change that to ice and snow. And I can interact with this and make it look a little different. And I can also change the text when it's done spinning here by typing whatever type you want. And so this can be anything. So instead of ice and snow, maybe I want it colored, colorful wires. See what happens here. So this is a great way of creating like a display headline for something you may be working on in an extracurricular or as part of an assignment that you wanted to sign in. Here's my display head, Steve, and I'm a geek, so I've decided to make it wires. Maybe you're a let's just see, maybe you're a tennis player. Let's see what happens. Oops. So I'll put tennis balls. Yeah. So, it's really quite powerful to be able to create any sort of text effects you want. And then there's some built-in sample effects if you can play with. It will automatically fill in here what that prompt is and then you can experiment with it. So this one actually I like. It said dark blue and green marble. So instead of dark blue, maybe I make it dark green and silver. Hit return, and I should get a similar effect, but the colors are just updated. There we go. And this is saved on the fly here. So if I just click out of here on the top, the arrow to the left, it'll bounce me back out to the home page. But this item right here down at the bottom where it says recent is that content I just created. So that's the text effect. I want to show you the generative fill because I think this is pretty nifty. So I'm going to upload an image. I got to find one of the images I already pre-cooked here. So where is that photo of me? Here it is. All right. So this is a photograph I made with, I don't know, I can't remember what camera I made it with my phone, probably a phone in an old office. In the background is a really bad and ugly. But I'm not going to play with the background right now. I can knock that out in a second. What I'm going to do is change, the sweatshirt thing I have to something else. So I'm going to change this brush size to large and just paint over my sweatshirt here. I'm being really sloppy and fast because I don't want to waste your time having you watch me paint. And I'm going to type a business suit. Let's see how it works. So it's not bad. I've had better. There we go. I kind of like that one. I'm surprised it lifted my arm there, but it did. You could always load more. So I'll click down on the button down here, and it's just going to give me some other examples here that ultimately I can keep. I'm going to stick with this one, and I'm going to done. Now this has brought this in as a full-blown image that I can edit and take further here. So since I'm in the edit mode here, I can go back to generative fill. I can erase certain things, or I can remove the background. And what I want to do now is I'm going to move this to actually, I'm going to keep this here, and I'm going to click off of that. And I am going to go to text to image here. So now I can add a background of something else. So I'm going to say portrait, and I'm going to change it to a picture, actually, to a photo. And I'm going to say library with books. And what that'll do is that's going to fill this image here with, well, we'll see what we get. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to make that bigger. All right, something like that. And you know what? I don't like the hallway look. I just kind of want that. Right. So now you see over here on the right-hand side, this is obviously it's obscuring me. So I just want to bring myself to the front there. And now I've got a photograph that's a little bit more presentable in pretty quick order. I can change the name up here to Steve in Yale Library. And it's saved, and I can reuse this image for other things. While I'm dealing with things in terms of imagery, consider maybe you wanted to create an opening cover to some sort of report or manuscript or some such. You wanted to use imagery from a variety of things that are referenced in the report. So a really, really quick way of doing that is utilizing this tool here. So I am going to choose, what am I going to choose? I'm going to choose plus button here, and I just going to go down and find something that is of the size that I want. So it doesn't have, and it could be all sizes. Let's see, album cover, book cover. Let's do a book cover. All right. So now I've got just a blank page in terms of being able to put stuff on. I'm going to go over to my operating system here. Oops. Stop that. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's what I want. Sorry. Let me go back. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. I want to be over here. Yep. And got a couple of screens there on my phone. There we go. Okay. So I have Express now. I am going to take a handful of pictures and just drag them onto the page here. So I've got that picture and that picture. Oops. That picture. Come on. Yeah. And a similar picture to, what I used before. Actually, you know what? I'll do this one. This is another one I did with AI. And that picture, so how many do I have? 4. And I'll do this one. And you can never drag images easily with a trackpad. So I'm doing this with my mouse now. The mouse right upside. And I'm just dragging that there. Okay. So it's taken these images. I'm going to select them all. And actually, I want to let me do that. Maybe that. Select them all. Now it's making a liar out of me. What did I do wrong? Okay, that last image was somehow I shouldn't have used. So I've got those 2 images. Let me put a couple of other images on here. I'm going to put this one. All right, and I'm going to put got that. Let's see. Yeah, that one will be fine. I'll put that one back on. Oh, I already did that one. It should have been okay. I'll put the truck back on. There we go. And I'll put a 5th image on here. Let's see. Oh, that'll work. All right. So I can select all those images. This is an example of a feature we just added. So with all those images selected, I can choose this button, Create Collage, and it'll automatically lay out these images, place them on the page accordingly. And I can click into this layout and have it change sizes just by dragging that way, or taking an image and swapping it just like that. What I'm going to do here, though, is I'm going to get rid of this image, and I'm going to put a video on there, which I have on my computer. So I'm going to choose Upload. Let me find the video that I did just this morning. Where is that? If I do it by list. Oh, here it is. That's today. So now this will instantaneously now change this presentation to a video. You can save it after the fact as something different, but now I have it here that, and I'll play it for you in a second. I'm just going to lay that out like that. And it's still syncing up here because this came off of my phone about an hour ago. So it's this high resolution kind of file format that Apple has. So it can take a minute or two in order for it to sort of settle down and upload and re-render. But I'm going to play this just to show you how it works. Hi, my name is Steve Hart, and I'm using this video to demonstrate a couple of things that Adobe Express can do for you. I recorded this video just about 40 minutes ago. Okay. So it created this timeline here, and I can add additional scenes and do transitions. So I'll show you a transition, as a matter of fact. So I've clicked on that video again, and I've scrolled down here on the left-hand side, and I can choose, an animation to bunch. Yeah, I like that, to come in. And then as it's done, just to quickly show you how that works. Hi, my name is Steve Hart. And I will jump to the end just to show you. Just about 40 minutes ago. All right. So I can save this to use later, or let's continue editing it. So I'm going to zoom in just a bit more. And I want to add, what am I going to do here? I'm going to get rid of that 42, I think, and put some text in there. So over here on the left, I type text, You can see there's a ton of pre-cooked examples to use. By the way, you see these little crown things? That's meaning it's coming from stock and it's a premium asset. And that's the stuff that you might not immediately have access to right now. But as soon as your IT group moves you over, you will. But you can skim through here. You got logo types and phrases, and these are pre-designed kind of things you can ultimately use. But I'm just going to add just some simple text here. Click and add. Oh, there's add my text and make it fit in there. Oops, fit in there a little bit better. There we go.
Can I ask a quick question?
You may.
Is there a way to add your video or this text as like a part of the collage when you're making it originally?
Ask that question again. I don't quite understand.
So like how the collage is spaced out right now and kind of dynamic, where if you make one thing bigger, it's like very nice.
Yep.
Is there a way to incorporate like that text box or the video you added into the collage so that it does that same thing?
Really good question. Not yet, but stay tuned. Right.
Okay.
That is definitely coming very, very quickly. So while I'm on this text, you can see that I can now on the left-hand side change font type to anything. I'll have something goofy like that. I can do the layout a little bit differently. I kind of like this dynamic layout that as you type, I'm going to get rid of this picture so you can see it a bit better. Come on. There we go. I really like this sort of dynamic layout. So Steve at Yale. By the way, my email address is sh@adobe.com. So I can do that. Let me show you something else that's really interesting you can do with text in terms of the video. Actually, before I do that, though, let me show you that you can have right here. I can skip through all these different kind of text treatments that on the fly. Right. So do I like that one? No, I don't like that one. No, don't like that one. I kind of like that serif classic look, something like that. But I'm going to save this for just a second. And I'm going to take that same video and do something really kind of cool. So I'm going to go back out. Actually, I'm going to name this SH at Yale again. All right. And I'm going to go to quick actions. And one of them, sorry, I'm going to click video here. That's right. And find some quick actions right here. So these are things you can just quickly get in and get out and do some nifty stuff. I'm going to show you the animate from audio in a minute, but I am going to go to find my video one here. Oh, video. And automatically caption video. This is pretty compelling. So I'm going to click this. I'm going to upload that same video that I put on that page. Now, this feature is currently in beta, meaning we're still kicking the tires and figuring out the specifics around it, better performance and that kind of stuff. But you're going to see here in a minute a real huge time-saving feature. So in your course of doing whatever you may be doing, perhaps you're creating a social media post or something the equivalent that goes along with something that you're working in school, or maybe you got a side gig and you're doing a lot of TikTok stuff. And if you're doing that TikTok stuff, you see that all of those videos that you send up to a service like that require some sort of a text overlay in terms of what the person is saying in the video. Well, that is to date done very manually. So if you're uploading something to TikTok or YouTube and you want to do what we're doing here, you actually have to create these overlays in their tools or some other tool and go from there. It can be very, very time consuming. With Adobe Express video, you can do that automatically here. So check this out. Hi, my name is Steve Hart, and I'm using this video to demonstrate a couple of things that Adobe Express can do for you. I recorded this video just about 40 minutes ago. So it obviously misspelled my name. So I'm going to go back to wherever it said Steven. There we are. And here on the upper right-hand side, I can change that to Stephen Hart. Not all uppercase. Thank you very much. There we go. D-P-G-N. I can also change the entire treatment here, changing the colors and exposure here. So this one of them actually follows. Is that the one? No. Is it this one? Nope. You can see, I don't know, clicking through here. Some are pretty conservative and some are pretty overly designed. And I can also go down to change the colors and shapes. So let me get back to the standard one I had. Nope, that's not it. Sorry, where was I? Oh, that's the one. And I don't want blue. I want, say, background of red. And I don't want the type to be white. I want the type to be, like a turquoise kind of thing. Why? Because I can't. Come on. There we go. It kind of hurts the eyes, but that's all right. My name is Stephen Hart, and I'm using this video to demonstrate. I can then, it's still waiting for it to completely render here. And again, that can take a few minutes. The position of those, it shouldn't take too long. I'm going to wait a moment, and if it takes too long, while it's spinning, any questions? I can't see the chat pod, so by all means, unmute yourself or speak up and say, "Hey, Steve, what about this?" Alex, are people falling asleep in the room?
I hope not. I don't think so. I've got a quick question if nobody else does, though.
Sure, go ahead.
Are there any plans with this captioning feature to maybe add like a little auto check and a warning for if the colors you're using aren't accessible?
Aha, good question. Let me show you something. As soon as this is, this is going to be a bummer if this doesn't do, because there's something else I wanted to show you. Oh, poo. I'm going to exit out of this. Now, we'll come back to this. I'm going to go back to the project that I was creating here. So I just opened that up, right? And let me just, now this is going to bug me. Make this picture bigger. There we go. And down here, something like that. Down here on the left-hand side is this thing that kind of looks like a Lego that has add-ons. There is a color blindness checker here to show you what any artwork that you've created will look like. And I think I've added it already. Have I added it? Well, oh, there it is right there. So I can click through here and, oops. See exactly how this will look like given specific types of color blindness. And why that's not updating, I don't know. Maybe it's the same problem why that wasn't updating. But oh, that's because it looks like here's the original over here on the left, and here's the update here on the right. So this particular version of color blindness gives me that lovely pallor of green. Let's pick another one. I guess that there we go. Okay, so this one I picked here, I believe, is the most common version. Yeah, red green. So the images that I picked here are not affected all that much. However, if I change the copy, let's change the color of that text here. So let's change that to, oh, I don't know, a blue, and reload the preview here based on what I've picked. Yeah, that's not a good one. A green probably. So again, not a good example. Oh, because it's on normal. No. So, okay, perfect. Look at that. And I can see the before and after. Right. So we are continually working on stuff to make it easier for content creators to make content more accessible, including the video that I was attempting to automatically caption to have captions automatically created. And in fact, in our desktop applications, in our video desktop application, Adobe Premiere Pro, you can generate closed captions automatically. And I'm not prepared to show you this today, but if there's excitement about what I'm about to describe, I can show you this on a subsequent session. That Adobe Premiere Pro now has the ability, if you're familiar with editing video, normally you have to edit it like in a timeline fashion, like I'm showing right down here, and you have to cut stuff out and move it from one point to another, and it's a very manual process. What Adobe Premiere Pro, the beta version today, will allow you to do is actually edit a video based on the automatically transcribed copy. So as you see me talking, or as I was talking in the video where it automatically put the caption on top of the picture, in Premiere Pro, it'll transcribe the entire talk in one particular window, and you can edit the timeline by editing the copy. So if I had taken say as I was reading a script and I said, this paragraph, and then I added that paragraph, and after the fact, I wanted to swap those two paragraphs, I could go and copy the second paragraph and paste it in front of the first one. There's also, if any of you have video projects as part of your classwork at all, or maybe you're doing a podcast or a video kind of thing, there is a filter in there to remove non-words. So I speak kind of herky-jerky, right? So I have ums and as I'm thinking about what I'm going to say next. If I wanted to produce a professional video, a podcast or some such, I'd want to save time and remove all those non-words. Like I just said, if I go to Adobe Premiere, I can filter for removing all of those non-words and hit the delete key, and boom, in the timeline, all of the non-words are removed, and you suddenly sound a lot more intelligent. Okay. I'm going to show you another piece here that I think is really quite compelling. Now, I assume in any of your work, you have the need to create something of the equivalent of say a PowerPoint presentation, where you're talking to an audience and you've got slides behind you and you're making 1 point, 2 points, 3 points. Wouldn't it be interesting if you could illustrate that as a video and make it more of a compelling thing? Let me show you another video action here. And I clicked video, and I'm going to video quick actions down here, animate from audio. And it'll come into this. The first time you get into here, yours might look different. You'll have a background. It'll be something like that, or maybe a picture here. I'm going to choose a different character. Let's see. No, not Cassidy. How about Steve? Hey, his name's Steve. So, and I'm going to choose a different background. I can make it transparent if I want, but I can use, all of these pre-cooked images, or I can upload something. But there's one here. Yeah, whiteboard. So I'm going to put him here. I'm going to resize this like that. And I am going to record. Hi, my name is Steve. I am doing a presentation for these fine folks at Yale University. By the way, did I tell you I was from Stamford, Connecticut, and that's where I am, and I just didn't drive up 91 this morning. 95, excuse me. But I wanted to show you the ability to create a presentation in a leave behind. So I want to make 3 points. You're able to create an animation from video here. You're able to overlay text very easily. And there's some nifty AI stuff built into. How's that? Okay, so it's going to go and do my, automatic transcoding here. And hopefully this doesn't go down that same path that my other video went through. Oh, it's computing. Okay, it's working. It's computing the lip sync. And it'll take just a minute. I do have a pre-cooked version of this if for some reason this were to fail. It should not. Now, what I could also do is take this video and bring it back into the automatic text piece and have that work too. But for the sake of time, I'm not going to do that here. And there's one other thing, by the way, while this is doing this that I want to show you is how you can use Express to create and edit PDFs really easily. And I think you'll find it actually much easier in some ways than full-blown Acrobat is. And I've got a pre-cooked PDF. I can show you how that works in a second. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. So it's what is happening now. It's actually re-uploading the video back to the cloud so I can actually bring it into a timeline. But let's play it. Hi, my name is Steve. I am doing a presentation for these fine folks at Yale University. By the way, did I tell you I was from Stamford, Connecticut, and that's where I am, and I just didn't drive up 91 this morning? 95. Okay, I'm going to stop that, and I'm going to open in the editor. And let's add some text. So, hi, my name is Steve. All right, so I'm going to add text. Steve. Now you see, as I added that text, it put that over the entire timeline. I'm being a little sloppy here, not putting that on the whiteboard, but I'm just dragging the end of that to where I said Steve, and that's about there. And I'm going to click here and get rid of Steve after a few seconds. My name is Steve. I am doing a presentation for these fine folks at Yale. Don't know what happened there. Let's do that. And let's do add another piece and say Yale. Now, all the design stuff that I previously showed you, I can apply here. I'm just not doing that just to save some time because I want to get to the PDF thing. Right. My name is Steve. I am doing a presentation for these fine folks at Yale University. By the way, did I tell you I was from Stamford, Connecticut? All right, so I probably should do this. And then while I'm going to go right there, now I'm going to add some more text. Add text, Stanford. So you can see where I'm going with this, right? I can, create a presentation pretty quickly here, and add copy as needed. So I said Stanford. 95, excuse me. But oops, from Stanford, Connecticut, and that's where I am. And I just didn't drive up 91 this morning. 90. So let me show you ultimately, as I pulled this all together in another project, utilizing a different avatar. If I can find it here. Here we are. Okay. I think it's this. That's the QR code one. Maybe is this one. No, not that one. Give me a moment to find it. Think. Let's try this. Nope. Sorry. Give me a second. You said, Steve, you should have had this stuff organized. Yes, you're correct. I should have had this organized. Try. Oh, I'm so sorry. I can't find it. Oh, going to kill me because it's actually pretty good. Okay, animate from. No, I didn't do that one. That's not cute. Oh, here we go. Hey, I've found some interesting things in Adobe Express you can do with video. I think they're pretty cool and you're going to like them. One is the character animator, which you're looking at right now, where you can pick an avatar and have it react to your voice from an audio or a video file that you've uploaded. Two, what else? Maybe do some animation on top of it, add some text, which is cool, which you can make, like a PowerPoint presentation, but on the video and there's a link behind. And then three, you could have it automatically caption video, which can save you a tremendous amount of time, particularly with social media things. So my name is Stephen Hart, and I'm just digging these things as I'm finding them out in Express. I hope you will too. Oh, I forgot one thing. If you want to knock out the background with in a video, you can do that pretty easily too. I think this is pretty nifty. See ya. So you can see I'm kind of goofy here. So once you've done with a video, you can download it using this button up here on the right hand side that interestingly says download. Now, one really interesting thing with all of these media. Now, this was a video, right? But if I had done just a card, you would download as a JPEG or a PDF or whatever. But this is a great application to collaborate. So it is very easy to share this and invite anybody to collaborate on this in real time. So you've seen real time collaboration in Google Docs or Microsoft, things like that. The exact same thing here. So I could share this with any one of you or with a colleague of mine. And there's my boss actually, and I'm going to say I am doing a demo. I don't know if she's paying attention to her email, but this will give her complete ability to actually edit and comment this in real time, and I could actually see her if she was in there and moving stuff around. It is really, really quite powerful, and if you're working on a team to create any sort of content, it's really quite easy to do. Okay. Alex, how much time is left?
We got like 30 minutes booked.
30 more minutes booked, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So let me show you what you can do with PDFs. So I'm going to go to the document piece here, and I can start with some pre-cooked templates. By the way, all of these things, there's a ton of templates that are available all to create all sorts of stuff. And the moment you bring it in, any of these pieces is editable. So I can bring in this lost dog thing, change the picture and change the color, and you can see it's actually interesting. I didn't know it did that. Rotate through examples, and so there's a lot of places to actually start from. I'm going to start from something that I've already cooked outside of this environment, and that is I'm going to upload a PDF I have on my computer, and I think I have. Where did I put that? Let me go to the list. And I put my resume in here actually earlier, and of course I can't find it. Where is it? Should be. Oh yeah, here it is. Okay. So I'm going to just drag. Let's see, which one am I going to do? I'll do my resume. Why not? I'm going to just drag that over here, and there it is. And it takes a moment for it to convert it into ultimately whatever file format it needs to do here. So okay, it's converted it. So now it's completely editable, and I can choose open there, and I can make it a little bit larger so you can see it. Now this is a standard plain vanilla resume, right? With no imagery, nothing interesting. It's not overly designed. It's a good place to start with anything. So I'm going to choose. I can very easily reflow copy. This is so much easier in this tool than it is in Acrobat. This, I'm actually obviously making a mess of this. I'm just doing it just to show you what you can do. I can get rid of blocks. Let me get rid of that one there. I can get rid of that one there, rid of that one there, and bring some copy from something else. Perhaps I want to add a photograph of myself. Let me move the phone number over there. And again, I'm obviously being really sloppy. Let's do this. I want to align this. Let's align it. I want to align it at the left. Bingo, I put everything to the left. So I want to add a photograph of myself. I can upload an image like I did before, or I can go to my stuff and I can find an image that, here's another AI image I did of myself. And while that's on the page, I can, knock out the background. There we go. And add that up there. There's yours truly. And let's, I'd want to move that description here. So this is, a great way to be able to take a PDF from any sort of source and make it your own or edit it. Now note, this is 2 pages. This is a 2-page PDF. It says pages right up here. So I can organize these pages or view separate pages here. Here's the second page, right? So it's a hugely great tool in order to do that. So I'm going to exit out of this, and let's do another thing with a PDF. I want to be able to go to a document and do document quick action. So I can convert something to a PDF. So maybe I have a Word document. I think I have a Word document in here. I'll go to where my resumes are. Resumes. Open. And yeah, so this is, let's see if this is, yeah, this is the Word document originally that I flowed into InDesign. But in order to create that, if I wanted to, about this one, is this better? Yeah. So I can just convert that here. Oops. What did I do wrong? I picked the wrong thing. Convert to PDF. Here we go. And I can choose, a Word document, PowerPoint, image file to create a PDF. Again, this is going to be kind of ugly because, well, is this one maybe? This one? I had the better one here. I just can't find it. Oh. Oops. Now, the thing about creating a PDF in here, now I know you can go, if you're in Microsoft Word or something, you can probably print to a PDF. There's different flavors of PDFs here, though, and you can edit this PDF once I bring it in a much more what you see, what you get capability than if you're trying to lay something out in Word. I can comment on this. I can bring comments in and share this as if I was actually living in full-blown Acrobat without actually having to deal with Acrobat. So it's much more intuitive. But I can also convert. Say somebody sent me a PDF, and I want to create a Word file from that. So I can click here, and I can choose that resume PDF here. That's an old one. How about this one? Yeah, that works. I will drag that here. And I can choose, what am I going to make this to? I want to make it a full-blown Word document. I haven't actually opened this, in Word, so I have no idea what it's going to look like. But now it makes all of these. There it is, download. So let's open that. And there we go. So it's in Word. Actually, it retained all the formatting. That's pretty good. So it really gives you a ton of capabilities here in dealing with PDFs and collaborating. So remember what I said about the collaboration. I can bring any of these files in. So for instance, this dopey one that I was just sloppy, playing with, I can then go here and share this or invite collaborators to work on this document together. Pretty nifty, right? We have a built-in, I just realized, not that I would share this to social media, but we have a built-in scheduler here to post things. So I don't know how active some of you are on LinkedIn, but LinkedIn in particular is really a great place to post, thoughtful, article, blog post kind of things you want to call attention to your network and your potential employers. Once you get out of school, there is a formula for the best time to publish to LinkedIn. Did you know that? The best time to publish to LinkedIn is generally between 9 and it changes. So you Google it. It changes depending upon the season and stuff. But as we go into the holiday season and in January, the best time generally is Monday or Tuesday mornings from 8:30 to 10 a.m. local time to whoever you want to draw attention to. So you can use this to and say you don't normally get up at that hour, or you just want to, or you're all set to go and you want to publish something at that particular time. Choose whichever social channel you want. Now you can see that I've already hooked this up to my Facebook account, and I've already hooked this up to my LinkedIn account. I don't really live on Twitter or what is Twitter much anymore, so I don't post stuff there. But I can choose to publish this to LinkedIn and then schedule that on a very particular time and date, and also say, hey, this is my redesigned presentation, and I can preview exactly what it's going to look like, or I can save it as a draft. But I can schedule this to post at any given time, so you don't have to go out to a third-party application in order to do this. It's all completely built into Adobe Express. Let's see. Let me try one more time that video caption thing while we have a little bit of time. Any other questions? Oh. Let me show you this. I'm going to go to my stuff, and I am going to just pick. Let's see, is it this one? No. Steve stuff. You have the ability to create a web page, or any of this content can be published, and you can have be given a public URL. But I'm looking for a web page here to see if I have one ready to cook. I don't. But let me just choose this one here. And if I choose to publish this, actually, yeah, why don't I do that? I'm going to publish this to the web. I've already published it once, but that's okay. I'm going to, publish this again just to make sure it's completely updated. And it's publishing my design. Now, what'll happen is it'll create a URL to this video that will allow you to then share that with anybody you care to share it with via email or text or whatever. And again, it particularly video, because it's got to render it. It takes a few minutes. Again, this might be a little bit. There might be something going on here. The other thing was slow as well. But as soon as this is published, this sign down here at the bottom where it says publishing your design, here we go, is ready to go. Copy, and I am going to put this in the chat pod, the URL that is, so you can click it yourself, share it with your friends, saying, hey, that guy Steve, he knows his stuff, or hey, that guy from Adobe, he's really dopey and that was a waste of our time. But so that's in the chat pod now, so you can play this, but I can play it too. And this will drive me right to that video. The audio is currently off. I've found some interesting things in Adobe Express you can do with video. So it's a great way to, you can compile a bunch of stuff and, bring it together in terms of, any sort of reporting for any sort of purpose. And let me show you one other thing, and I'm going to do this by playing it. This is my stuff, and I'm looking for a QR code. Here we go. Actually, so you can use Express to easily make a QR code caption from video from a variety of things. I think this is the video here. Yeah. So I am going to publish this and publish this link. And while it's publishing, I'll play it. Did you know you can create a QR code in Express? Yes, there's a quick action where you can create a QR code for a website URL and then download that and do something with it. But there's another QR code option under the add-ins section. So if you go down in the add-ins and search for QR code, you want to add that to your Express account. And then you'll be able to create something like this, which is a QR code that if you take the time to you play with it right now, it'll open your contact application on your phone and add my contact information to your contacts. The next card, I'll show you how to do that. By the way, while you're in the add-ins, explore what else is in there. It's pretty cool. So here you are. You've opened up the add-in section, and you see I already have the QR code gizmo there. So I click on that, and on the right-hand side, I get the panel that allows me to enter the QR code. Now, it defaults initially to the top one where it says web URL. You don't want that. You want to change it to text. And then when you change it to text, you can enter anything in that box right below there. It'll generate a QR code, anything. So there's a special format for a V card or a contact card that I'll show you on the next card to plug in there. So you're going to change your contact information and put it in there and generate a card. And boom, you'll be good to go. Okay, here you are. So this text that you see right here, the entire text was at begin and the colon and V card. And so as soon as this fully publishes here, I'll share the URL for this particular project in the chat pod, so you can see exactly what I did. But if you point your phone camera at this QR code as it is right now, it will load in, my phone number and my email address and my title and all that stuff automatically, and my photography website automatically into your contact list on your phone. So this is really a quite powerful way of doing that and adding a QR code. Now, QR codes by themselves aren't really great visual designs, right? We're going to be working on ways of making them more presentable. But remember, the first order of business of any business is to remove barriers for a potential business partner, a potential employer, a potential customer to find you and to get you. And so that's what this is about. If I was looking for a job and I was presenting myself today for that kind of stuff, I would put this QR code on everything that I was presenting. And if it was my job really to engage with you all the time, it isn't. But if it was, I'd make sure that this QR code was on every single piece of collateral that I put in front of you, right? To make it easy for you to find me, so you don't have to, reach out to a friend or whoever was attending this and say, hey, that guy from W, what's his contact information? Okay, so I'm putting that URL in the chat pod. Oop, didn't it take? One more time. There we go. Yeah, it took. So you'll be able to play that video on your own. So I am going to, let's see, I think I'm going to stop here. Yes. Well, one other thing. So on the left-hand side, you can see your stuff. Your stuff is files that you've saved up by just doing everything that I've been doing here now. But you also have the ability to create libraries. And libraries are a great way of maintaining colors, fidelity, and fonts and that kind of stuff. So it's quite possible that at some point down the road, Yale creates a library for its corporate presentation with the appropriate logo types for Yale, the appropriate fonts, the appropriate colors, and all that. You can see I have one here for Adobe, the Adobe corporate logo. So those are our official colors. I haven't added fonts in here. There should be. So here's the logos themselves. Nifty thing about these libraries, these are the same libraries that are accessible in the desktop applications of Photoshop and Illustrator and InDesign and that kind of stuff. So if I created a library over there, I would have access to it over here. If I created a library over here, I would have access to it over there. So it's a great way of just maintaining brand and design fidelity. And the idea here is that you can create a library or a brand and share it with a wider audience, and you can lock it down so that the recipient of a brand can't change it, at least not or a library can't change it in the actual library. Now, of course, there's nothing prohibiting somebody from downloading a logo and doing something different with it after the fact. There's nothing about that, no matter where you are. But this is a great way in terms of being able to maintain a visual corporate governance. here's the ton of templates here. Let's try the text to template here. So I'm going to create a poster, a movie poster for my science fiction film. See what it comes up with. So this is using AI to generate a layout, a template that ultimately I can bring into Express and make it my own. It's a great starting point as opposed to having to start with that blank page. Takes a second. There we go. Coming to theaters. So all of these things I can ultimately change if I wanted it. I'm bringing this one in. It's going to load. And then I can edit any component to it. Yep. There we go. So if I wanted to delete the picture, I could do that and add another picture, or change the Hart's secrets, whatever. So it's a really great, powerful way. That's the text to template. Media. Now I can upload content, or I can start with any of these pieces here. Again, the ones with the crowns you might not have access to, but I'm just going to add this picture here just to show. I can add that, and I can go to back to media. There's some pre-built video and audio as well. So if I'm going to create a video of something, that there was one particular video here. Let's do this one here. 8 seconds. Okay, so now you see it's changed, gave me a timeline down here. And I'm going to make this bigger so I can see it. I'm going to edit the timeline, and let's play that. It's probably just a background, kind of thing. So there's no audio. So if I wanted to add some audio, there is audio in here, soundtrack stuff that you have full absolute rights to use. It's intellectually property cleared. Let's add a romantic evening soundtrack. Let's see what that is. Right. So there's just a ton of, and you can record a voiceover if you wanted to. So let's get rid of this. And I'm going to record a voiceover. Start recording. Hey, I'm recording a voiceover. This is cool. Pretty trees, pretty leaves. Okay. And hey, I'm recording a voiceover. So really powerful stuff. I haven't explored the elements for you much, but these are just different kind of visual backgrounds and icons and things like that. And then the grids are kind of like, you remember when I dragged those images on the blank page? This is a good starting point if you wanted to start with a particular look here. So if I wanted, let's see, something like this, and drag that on there, and then I can go and I can replace these pictures with stuff that is on my computer here. I just click that, and I can there, and replace that with something local here. So let me go out and just find something. There we go. So I'm going to stop with creating a sort of an on-the-fly business card. I'm going to zoom in. And I'm going to add, I don't need the voiceover. I'm going to add, me. Let's see, that's right. I don't need to upload it. So I'm going to add me. Here we are. That's me. I see. You see it says open in Photoshop? Why does it say open in Photoshop as opposed to knocking the background out? Essentially because it's actual Photoshop file. So I can open this file right in Photoshop and edit it and save it, and it would update on the fly, but I can knock out the background if I want to do that. And let's put me down here and just add some text. let's add a template here. Oh yeah, kind of like that. My name is Steve Hart, and I will add my email address. Go away. I'm going to add a little more text. Let's see, something. Yeah, I'll just type it in. SH at adobe.com. And I hate that typeface for my email address. So I'm going to make it something. There we go. And I could share this, publish this to the web. Yep. And I did this as a video. It'd be a lot quicker because I was using a video behind it before. So the moment it creates a URL, I will create a quick QR code to this and show you how that works. And you can actually, there we go. I'm going to copy that link. I'm going to save. I'm just going to exit out of this. I'm going to go to quick action, and there's a QR code in here somewhere. So I'm going to just type QR code. There we go. And I'm going to paste that URL in here. There we go. I'm going to change the color to something brilliant. There we go. I'm going to choose download. So now that's in my download folder. Right now, you can't immediately save that back up to the cloud, but that's okay. I'm going to open this back up. I am going to go to media and upload something from my download folder and make this bigger so we can see it. Make that a little smaller, put it over my shoulder. And now watch this. Okay, so I've already published this once, right? I'm going to publish it again. Got the option to just update the link. So this link, remember, this link is actually the QR code, right? If I just update that link, as soon as this is done, this QR code will lead you to this page where you get to see my lovely face, my email address, and the end of my presentation. So there you go. Questions? Put this in the QR code in the chat pod too. And actually open it in another browser. Get rid of the chat pod so I can see. Go away. Mohammed, yes. Can you unmute yourself?
Yes, I am. Am I still mute?
Oh, I can hear you.
So can you, like in the text, can you change the language? Let's say, you want to write in Arabic and you are writing from right to left.
Oh, slam. Now, the right to left in terms of Arabic, I'm not sure about. However, thank you. You teed up something real. Let me, am I still sharing my screen?
Yes, you are.
Okay, watch this. Let's see. How am I going to do this? I want to create. Now this works. I'm going to do it simply just on a quick document here. But this works with video, that if I did the text on video, like I was showing you, what I'm about to show you completely works in the video. It's just, it'll take just a little bit too much time here. So I'm going to create just a blank landscape document here. And I am going to add text. Add my text. Now this will work with any design text. I'm just going to show it you with the black on white here. Hello. My name is Steve. And And let's get this bigger. Mohammed, thank you for, this is just great. Thank you for bringing this. And I work for Adobe Systems. And some of these are proper names, so it's not going to make a difference. And live in Connecticut. Okay. Look up here. Okay, so I'm down here. Up here. Translate. This is I'm so sorry I didn't go into this before. Now I'm going to move the web page over so I can see it a little bit better. Okay. Translate it. If this was some other language, it would automatically detect it. I can add, let's see, I want to translate it to Armenian. I want to go to Chinese traditional. I want to translate to Dane. And I want to do, is Arabic in, sorry, Mohammed, I don't see an Arabic in here at the moment. Hindi. I know we're working on it, but I don't see it currently. But this will give you, an idea of where we're going with this. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to duplicate and translate. So consider this is now created. I don't know if we have any of the native speakers of the languages I arbitrarily picked here, but these are individual cards that is part of this project with that translated language. So if these were videos with that text overlay that I showed you, it would create new copies of each video with the appropriate language subtitle or caption. We are working on an actual translation engine so that the spoken word and the video is augmented and edited as well to actually speak in my voice, but in the variety of languages we've picked here. So I should have picked French or Spanish because I could speak a bit of that to say I don't speak any of these languages. I arbitrarily pick them. But if I just click there and, now I have the ability to go in and edit this just like it's was something that I created before. Now, note, when you create additional cards on any of these presentations, you get these arrows on the left and right-hand side, so you can skip right through them right here. And this is a way of doing these multiple translation things. It's also a way of creating a PowerPoint-like presentation, and then some. So I know, Mohammed, that didn't directly answer your question, but it'll give you an indication in terms of where we're going. So thank you for that. Thank you. Any other questions? Are you folks going to humor me and tell me that this was worth your time to come and listen to?
Lots of nods in the room here.
So I do encourage you, please don't be shy. If you've created something in Express that you like, you're proud of, you want to share, you want to promote in some way, please do feel free to reach out and email me a link and let me know. One of the things that we're constantly working on this. So if you have some feedback on, gee, Steve, I wish it did that as opposed to this, let me know. And if there's enough a kind of a presentation or idea behind what you are thinking, I'll bring a product manager into that call. So there's one thing, our product managers, they're not in college. They've been out for some time and they get thinking in their, kind of little world. So it's really important that we hear from folks such as yourselves as you are starting to work with this and putting it into play in real life, whether it is in school for class work or whatever, and we love to see great classwork examples. Or if you're going to, do something for social media or whatever. One of the things that we're also working on, it's not in there yet, but it's coming, is the ability for automatic data visualization, graphs and stuff like that. So there is an add-in in there now that you can go to. So if you want to create a quick pie chart or stacks or whatever, you can do that. And then once you bring it in, you can play with that as a design element too. And those kind of things really help with academic and classwork for sure. So anyway, so there you go. There you have it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Thank you so much, Steve. This was great. I learned a lot. I'm sure everybody else did. I have one quick question. Is there a storage limit for accounts when making stuff?
100 gigabytes.
Okay, that's a lot. So
yeah, it's plenty. Oh, let me show you one more thing. I'm sorry, I will always have one more thing. If you really want to get in the weeds of our AI engine, instead of you saw where you can get to it in Express. However, if you go right to firefly.adobe.com, log on with the same credentials that you're logging onto Express with, or Creative Cloud, full-blown Creative Cloud. This is the place to say, always to come to, say, hey, where's Adobe? What's the latest on what Adobe is offering on these things? And also give you a ton of examples of stuff. So the two that I'm always playing with, because they're just nifty to play with, is the text to image or their generative fill. And if you click on any of them, they'll give you a ton of examples of stuff that is coming out of our tool. And if you click on one of the images, it'll, down below here, it'll show you the prompt that was used to create the images. And you can edit that. And over on the right-hand side, my side, maybe for you it's on that side, you can see you've got some controls over here. So you can change the aspect ratio, landscape or portrait or square or whatever. You can upload an image of yourself that you've created to have it match color and treatment. You can change depth of field, color and tone, all sorts of really, really cool stuff. Now, one of the things that academics in particular are concerned about, the AI images in general, let alone AI images, is where are those images coming from? How are they generated? Our AI generation tool is trained on Adobe Stock. And Adobe Stock is a collection of millions of images that Adobe either has licensed or actually owns the copyright to. So these images are being trained on that pool of images. So we are confident that these are commercially safe and that the contributor to the image engine there has been properly enumerated. Engines that are out there like a DALL-E or a Midjourney or they can't say that. The reason, because they use the whole internet as the source of imagery, and they might be using my pictures it's up on my website, and I haven't given them permission to do that, but nonetheless they're still doing it. So these are intellectually safe to use. In fact, they are so safe to use, another large institution that you might think is competitive to Yale has announced to its entire community that only use Firefly, because it's the only for Gen AI for any use in that institution, whether that be for administrative purposes, academic purposes, student purpose, whatever, because of what I've just told you. So this is, actually, this is pretty cool stuff, right? I love this technology. It's bringing a lot of questions to mind in terms of where we're going with AI and who owns content and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it sure is. But it's something to grasp intellectually, and it's here to stay for sure. Okay, so there you go. I'm sorry. Now I'm done.
Thank you. That was really interesting, and yeah, good to have that tool too. I wonder if we'll follow suit at all with a similar announcement in the
I am betting, Alex, in all candor, you will not,
yeah.
because I know things. There's Yale, and then it's probably not. Just saying, but it's okay. You can use it.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely will. It looks great. It works well. Okay. I'm gonna let these folks get off to lunch, I think, if they weren't eating on the Zoom call. But if anybody has follow-up questions, feel free to email Stephen, feel free to email me. I can pass them along and get you in contact. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, Stephen, for this presentation. It was incredible. And everybody's going to be getting a very quick feedback survey after this. Both of us really appreciate if you took the time to fill it out. You shouldn't have to log into anything. It should take you probably less than 3 minutes. It'll help us know what to do in the future, how to make these better, and what you'd like to see. So, yeah.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great Thanksgiving.
Bye. Take care.
Bye-bye.